I don't like this snake. I don't like this snake. I don't like this snake. I love it. And I also love this snake as well. Our lazy dumerils boa. Isn't he handsome? And I love this snake, Shelby, our female false water cobra, one of two in the collection. Ooh, she's very pretty too. You speaking? You speaking there? And I love this snake. She doesn't love me though. And I love this snake, Ruby, our female Suriname red-tail boa. And of course, we love our Gimli. Now, as you may remember before, when we would try and take him out, he would strike at everything. The hook, the wood, the ceramic heat bulb, everything would get struck at. Because we've been working with him now for ages, look at this. Pop that in front of him. Didn't strike it, give him a wee stroke here. It's not food, still not food. Look at this, straight under the chin. Nope, that isn't food. I know that's not food. Look at that, guys. We are getting there with our beautiful Gims. Aren't we, my beautiful, handsome man? Our male reticulated python. Look at this absolute gem of a snake, isn't he? Looking stunning. So he's a part mainland, part dwarf, part super dwarf reticulated python. He is absolutely gorgeous. He's an albino, he's gorgeous. I'm not normally a morph person, but how could you not find this snake gorgeous? Now, I love all my snakes, so I don't like it when something is not quite right. Now, the thing that's not been quite right with Gimli, apart from his feed response, is his shedding. Now, all the boas, all the colubrids, every animal in this room sheds perfectly. Apart, yes, my handsome boy, what are you saying? Apart from the pythons. Don't know why, but the pythons always seem to struggle with their shedding. Doesn't you? Where are you going? You're going around my back. So they struggle with their sheds. They never have a full shed. It always comes off in bits. Even as we speak, I've got Hunter. Hunter has a humidifier in his enclosure, trying to bump up his humidity so that he has a better shed. Where are you going? You're actually going around me to get back into your enclosure. You silly boy. We're not done yet. Look at the size he's getting too, guys. He's getting quite big. So these guys struggle with their shedding, and I think it might be a humidity problem in their enclosures. So today we're going to try and rectify that. We are going to pop some sphagnum moss in with his bedding to try and lock in some moisture. Remember, we used to use the cocoa brick, but he used to get it stuck in his top lip and in those heat pits. So it wasn't actually ideal for our little Gimli here. So what we're going to do is we are going to stick some moss in there, some sphagnum moss in there with him. It's not something that's going to get stuck in the top of his lip, and it should bump up that humidity. It should hold the humidity better when he's being sprayed down and such. It should be a lot better for the little man. So let's go and pop some sphagnum moss in his bedding and see if that helps. We're going to let you know in the long run. You're a beautiful boy. We're going to let him down for a little wander. I do like to let the pythons or all the snakes have a little bit of wander time on the floor to stretch out, to fully stretch out. As you can see, Hunter has a cover on his Viv just now, and that's because when he is in shed, he's taking to be very grumpy. The grumpy boy. So there it is, all mixed in. Some on top, some throughout the bark. We're going to pop this water bowl here. We're going to pick out this little poop here while we can see it. Bring the bedding up to the water bowl, like so. go. Some moss going over the tree there. So that should absorb and keep in. So the moss has been soaking. So it should, I've not managed to put this branch back up again since I took it out. But he works fine with that. And I'm away to start working on a new enclosure for him anyway. Let's hide it in there. And boom, there we go. That should give him a lot more humidity. And let's hope it helps him with future shedding. There is going to be another huge bonus to the moss in that enclosure, isn't there, son? There's going to be another huge bonus. What are you saying? You giving Dad a kiss on the nose? Thank you. The huge bonus we're going to get is going to be enrichment. That moss is going to bring in loads of lovely new smells. He's going to be very intrigued. He's going to wonder what on earth these smells are. And it's going to get his little brain working. So adding stuff into your substrate and mixing new things into your substrate and adding new things to your vivariums is always an awesome thing to do. Gets their little minds working, gets their brains going, and gives them something entertaining while they're sitting in those boxes. You want to go in and investigate now, son? Let's have a look. Pop him in. Popping our Gimli back into his enclosure there. So he is going to get a new enclosure pretty soon. He's outgrown this one basically. He's getting a bit big for this enclosure. Oh, Dad touched his tail, he didn't like it. Gorgeous snake is our Gims. Where are you going? That's not where your moss is, son. It's down here. Never mind. He's going to figure that out pretty soon, and it's going to drive his little mind crazy. What's going to be behind curtain number 2, you say? Very angry and in-shed Burmese python. There's Hunter in full shed and in full grumpy mode right now. We're going to try and just throw some of the sphagnum moss in there with him. Try not to mess with him too much. The reason the curtain is here is because he sees you walking past and he just strikes out and smashes his face off the glass, which we don't want him hurting his beautiful face on the glass. So that's why we've got the curtain here. So we're literally just going to throw the moss in here just now and then put the cover back down. Once he's out of his shed, I'll mix it all in properly and mix it into his bedding and give him a little bedding top up as well, because a few of the animals are going to get bedding top up today too. Aren't they, my beautiful man? Yes, they are. He's hissing at me pretty badly. Dad is not here to hurt you, son. Because he's in his shed, he's opaque, so there's a layer of fluid between his old skin and new skin. They have a contact lens, a layer of skin over their eyes called the eye cap. And when they go opaque, that layer of fluid, which is like a bluey hue, makes them blind. So right now he's blind and scared. He doesn't know Dad's here, he just knows there's a big shape floating around in front of him. And he's pretty scared, and that's why he's hissing at me right now. He's probably going to strike at some point. He's not a happy boy. It's not his fault. He's not being aggressive, he's not being nasty. He's just literally scared. And yes, even an 11-foot python can get scared. Because believe it or not, these guys are still food for many things. They have no protection, they've got no armour, they've got no weapons. They prefer to be hidden in a hole and not pestered with. So right now he's blind scared and I'm pestering with him. If I was ever to get bit in this moment, it would be my fault, because I'm messing with him even after he's telling me to leave him alone. Because they will always tell you to leave them alone before they resort to violence. And he's telling me, leave him alone. But I really want to put this moss in just to help him with this shed and see if it makes a difference. Now don't do it, son, don't strike out. Don't know if you guys can hear that, but he's hissing right now. Just going to be a quick yeet, yeet, and one final yeet. It's like a ticking time bomb. Don't strike. Hissy, hissy. Right, that'll do. The moss is in there. I've annoyed him enough. Let's put the top down now. That's right. Love all the snakes in this room. Love all the animals in this room. And I love all the animals in the world. Big part of the whole reason for this channel is to inspire others to love these awesome and amazing animals as much as I do, because they are stunning. I mean, just look at this snake right here. I mean, look at that face. Look at that patterning, that colour contrast. That's why you guys might have noticed this year I'm getting this done on my arm of this very snake. She's so stunning. I had to get it permanently inked onto my body. That's right. I am absolutely in love with this snake, the mangrove snake, the gold ring cat-eyed snake, and scientifically named Boiga dendrophilia. This is Boiga dendrophilia. The reason I like the dendrophilia is because the gold rings go all the way around the body. You've got the gorgeous bright yellow rings in contrast with that pitch black coloration, and then in the light you get this iridescent, this blue shine through the skin. These guys are, in my opinion, one of the most stunning snakes from the wild. This is not a morph. This isn't made to look like this. It's not bred to get fancy colours out. This is how you find these guys in the wild, which blows my mind. This coloration, this beautiful animal can be found wandering in the wild, and wandering she does. As you can see, she's quite quick. She's grown quite a bit since we first got her. If you guys remember when we got her, probably about a year ago, she's grown quite quickly, and that's because she's been a fantastic feeder. She's eating regularly on mouse fluffs. I think she's about to go up in mouse sizes, or I might just put her onto 2 mouse fluffs. You don't want to give her too big a prey item, especially not with any colubrids, especially not with any arboreal species. You don't want to give them too big a meal because they're not used to that. They may be long and slender, so sometimes 2 little prey items are better than 1 giant one like you would feed a boa or a python. Now, I hope you guys all enjoyed that. As always, from myself, the mangrove snake, and the rest of the gang, thank you very much for tuning in, guys. You can subscribe to the channel through my ugly mug right there. There'll be a video for you right there, and there will be a playlist for you right there. Thank you very much for tuning in. Take it easy, guys. Peace.